Who was that guy? I forgot to get his name.
Fluid runner, though, for a big man, isn't he?
James Jones had your basic fundamental football position and delivered it.
San Diego, 22-yard line. Capacity crowd shouting to their defense. Inside handoff, and it goes to Mike Thomas. And Mike Thomas, who was just activated last week, gets out to the 27-yard line. A gain of about 5. It'll be 2nd and 5. Mike Thomas had knee surgery following a racquetball injury last May.
Ran again, Frank, on first down. Made it work. Picked up 5 yards.
Rapidly moving third quarter. Cowboys using almost 5 minutes in their drive. San Diego looking over a 2nd down and 5. Motion is Cappelletti and Fouts to the air. Joyner, and he cannot get to the football. He had beaten Steve Wilson on the blitz. Of course, you get man-for-man coverage, and the Cowboys were bringing everyone.
He really had beaten them, and if the pass had been right there, the masters of the quick strike, the San Diego Chargers, could have had another.
That's why you use that blitz situation, because it does cut down considerably on that quarterback's time to throw.
And now sometimes it boomerangs and kills you.
Sometimes it does.
3rd down 5. Ball near the 27-yard line of the Chargers. Chargers leading 24-21 here in the 3rd quarter. Fouts. Almost intercepted. Charlie Waters had the ball in his arms. Says, hey, I had it. I had 6, but I couldn't hold on.
But the important thing is, on a very critical sequence of downs for San Diego, they couldn't retain the football. Look at it again, Don.
All right. No blitz that time. Fairly good pressure. The ball was thrown a little bit behind. I think it wound up in Waters' hands. He didn't expect it. Couldn't hold on. It looked to me Danny Fouts kind of left off a little bit. Did either of you see him get hit?
Partridge to punt. Jones is deep for Dallas. Does not call for the fair catch. And gets back from the 35-yard line, close to the 40-yard line, and a scuffle breaks out at midfield.
Don't worry about it. Neither man can fight.
Well, now, how do you know?
I watched.
Oh, okay.
First guy tried to throw a left.
Charlie Waters, who came so close to getting 6 on an interception. We have time out of the field. The Cowboys have good field position at their own 40. 9:49 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. San Diego unable to move the ball in their first possession. Had to punt away. Dallas has field position at their own 40. They took the ball in on their first possession here in the 2nd half. They're down by 3 points, 24-21. James Jones stays in the backfield, number 23, with Robert Newhouse, number 44. Those are your setbacks. Again, Tony Dorsett could not play tonight, bruised ribs. As Newhouse hit at the line of scrimmage, drilled back. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Dallas
Culture defensively there for San Diego.
He's just so huge, it's unbelievable. Right now, Landry's words to Dunn come into play. Excuse me, we can't make mistakes. This is with the momentum going Dallas's way from their point of view. Turnover would be horrendous.
Anyway, looking over the 4-3 defense of the Chargers. Jones slips, regains his feet, but down he goes, and it'll be a loss all the way back to the 38-yard line. Jones lost his footing for just a moment, and with the speed of Fred Dean, you cannot afford that for even a fraction of a second. It'll be 3rd down and 11.
They dropped that razzle-dazzle series that they opened the 2nd half with and gone back up the middle and off tackle. He might look for that razzle-dazzle come back again a little bit.
Preston Pearson comes in, number 26, good receiver. 3 wide receivers, Hill, Johnson, Pearson, and of course Billy Joe DuPree, the tight end. Out of the shotgun, 3rd down, 11. Preston Pearson comes back in looking for blitz.
Look at Dean.
Dean drills Danny White just as he's releasing the football.
Hey, Dean's been doing a good job. That's on Donovan, who's ordinarily certainly one of their top offensive linemen, and he just beats him to the outside. You see Donovan try to set up, push him, Dean had that strength, momentum, came around, and this is the one that really hurts. That helmet's right in your back. You never see it coming. Ooh.
Dean, so quick. He's not all that big, but he can really move. And 4th down. Danny White, of course, stays in. Only his 2nd punt of the night. Mike Fuller has dropped for San Diego. Back around his own 20-yard line. Fuller averaging just under 11 yards per attempt in the first 7 games of the season. Danny White. Uh-oh, he's in trouble now. Now, Danny White gets the first down.
Oh, I think they got a penalty on top of it. Now, he's lucky that time. That was a bad snap.
Sure was.
Bad snap if they had put pressure on the kicker, which I thought they were going to do by the way they were lining up.
And Danny White stays on the turf. And now, shakily, he gets to his feet, looks it over, and says, hey, did I get it? And he did get the first down, but again, a flag is down.
They've had an incredible series of breaks. Cowboys really have.
He really was lucky.
They really have.
Ball almost went over his head.
Look at that.
Down to the 34-yard line. Here's the call. Dick Jorgensen, the referee.
Personal foul, late hit on the runner after his down. Number 47, defense, first down.
Frank Duncan, let's watch again. And we told you he was a good athlete, Don. He really shows it here.
Well, he really did, because I think he really thought, he said, I better try to kick the ball. He looked around. He had almost committed too late. Right there is the extra effort by Denny. And here's the late hit. You see coming in, Frank Duncan, number 47.
Strange happenings tonight here in Dallas. First down, 34-yard line of San Diego. Cowboys down, 24-21. Tony Hill in motion. Here comes Timmy Newsome. Newsome to the 30-yard line for a gain of 4. It'll be 2nd down and 6. Newsome's big. This rookie from Winston-Salem State, 6'1", a 227-pounder.
I take nothing away from them. They've got a lot of good young players. They're a brilliantly coached team. But the bounces the ball is taken for them tonight, and that last forced run that proved out to a first down, just miraculous.
2nd and 6. Newsome again. And Newsome inside the 30.
Saw that ball swing up. He had it in one hand. I thought he had lost another fumble.
It'll be 3rd down and about 4.
Good tackle there by Preston.
Dallas Cowboys, 14 consecutive winning seasons. 13 times they've been in the playoffs. They've been to 5 Super Bowls. They won in 71 after the season of 71 and after the season of 77.
Hey, by the way, did you mention that Tom Landry is the only coach they've ever had?
21 years. Preston Pearson is in.
What's so funny?
Everybody says that.
Fred Dean a little eager, but he gets back on sides for San Diego. Over the middle to Tony Hill, and he stays on his feet, would you believe? With a 5-yard line, it'll be 1st and goal. And again, Tony Hill, like Charlie Joyner for the Chargers in the first half, knew he was going to get a shot. He took the shot, and he has hurt his shoulder, I do believe.
Absolutely beautifully thrown ball right in the middle. Right in the middle of a lot of defenders. Tony Hill somehow maintained that concentration. He and Jefferson, to me, are very similar. Look at him go up.
See him go up?
Yeah, he maintained his balance. He hurt his arm. Got a good hit from the other side. His left arm, you see, went off holding it.
Dallas came out of the locker room at halftime smoking. They took the opening kickoff for a touchdown. Through a few tricks of fate. And there was Brooklyn once again. 1st and goal. 2 tight ends in now. Billy Joe DuPree, Saldi. Here comes Ron Springs. Springs somehow manages to get down close to the 3-yard line.
You're right. Somehow it's right. I thought they had him for a loss.
That was a great effort. That's an effort that you don't measure by the yardage gain.
That was Leroy Jones, big 6'8" defensive end that looked like had him there a little bit deep. And that's Tony Hill on the sideline talking to the trainers.
There's another one of those high school quarterbacks who went up to Stanford and erased all of Gene Washington's records. You saw a moment ago why. Concentration, you bet. He kept his eyes on the football, came up with the big catch. Danny White on the quarterback sneak. No extended arms by the officials, so it will be 3rd and goal to go.
It's got to be just right on that goal.
Close to it. Yeah. Maybe a foot out. Somebody just
they kicked it
around. The official brought it right back.
3rd and goal. The ball inside the 1-yard line. A big play. A great catch by Tony Hill. Inside handoff. Newsome, touchdown. Dallas has the lead again.
They've come from a long way back. They've got the breaks, but they've come from a long way back, and they've made it work.
Dallas now with 14 consecutive points. Well, it isn't that exciting.
Another old-time play out of the playbook. A little quick trap. You see that was Pat Donovan coming from his tackle position. Made a good block to the inside. Opened up a nice hole.
Yeah, they may have found a football player in Newsome. I like the way he carries the football.
He does look good, doesn't he?
He'd only carried it twice before tonight. Septien. Dallas has the lead. They were trailing 24-14 at halftime. They lead 28-24. We expected it. Stay with us for more action. Seesaw battle. The Dallas Cowboys trying to stay within 1 game of Philadelphia in the NFC Eastern Division. The San Diego Chargers trying to maintain a 1-game lead over the Oakland Raiders in the AFC West. Septien hits it. Chuck Muncie at his goal line. And Muncie gets out close to the 20-yard line, and the Dallas special team closes it down right there. And Miss Thurman in there quickly for Dallas.
Frank, this telecast is presented by the authority of the National Football League. It's intended for the private use of our audience. Now, any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the expressed written consent of the National Football League is prohibited.
Superbly rendered.
Thank you.
Tony Hill has a bruised shoulder. We are told he will be back.
1st and 10. That's Capoletti in motion. Quickly, Fouts goes to Muncie, who one-hands it and was not even looking at the ball. He runs into Bob Brunig, loss of the play of a couple.
That's reading those keys, coming from middle linebacker position. Look at 53, Brunig. Looks the guard, set for a quick block. His man's Muncie. And that is a rather spectacular catch. He does have those big hands you were talking about. He carries that ball in that one hand a lot. Made a good grab there. Brunig. Good defensive play. Read his assignments, moved out to flat, cover that back.
San Diego faces a crisis right now. They haven't shown the ability to defend Dallas, and they've got to start moving the football.
On second down and 12, and the ball is fumbled, and Dallas is all over it. A couple of Cowboys. Finksdale is there for one, and coming up with it, however.
I think that's Anthony, isn't it?
Anthony Dickerson, the rookie from SMU.
SMU, right. They played Texas yesterday.
As a free agent who was out of football a year ago, let's look again. They expect great things from Dickerson in the future.
That big Randy White, number 54, you see he's got his hand in there, stripping them from the ball, and Anthony Dickerson playing heads up.
Randy White did that to Jaworski last week.
Yeah, he is something else. Randy White is one of a kind there in the middle.
You talk about a quick turn of events. What a turnabout. This is 180.
1st and 10, Dallas 20-yard line. This quarter, 17 plays, 9 first downs in just 2 possessions, and they have come up with 14 quick points. Here is Jones. Jones to the 16-yard line, hit there by Bob Horn. You fans 3, it'll be 2nd and 7.
I'm sorry, Frank. The point I wanted to make is you fans are seeing a whole set of new faces out there. And as I've noted earlier, they're sustaining the excellence of the Cowboys through all the past years. That, my friends, is organization.
Little Jones hit the ball. He hit that hole in a hurry there.
That's right. He exploded through it.
Good, tough run.
That's Bill Brandt and Tom Landry.
2nd down, 7. And Jones. Chargers. Woody Lowe trying to pull the ball away from Jones. He holds on. Gets down to the 12-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 3.
Not only does that kid look good, I agree with Frank. Newsome looks so strong.
Short yardage offense checks in now for the Cowboys. That means another tight end in the form of Jay Saldi. As a matter of fact, 3 of them now. Billy Joe DuPree, Saldi, Cosby. The 3 tight ends. Danny White taking an awful long time to call this play. He's going to have to hurry to get it off, or he's going to be nailed with 5 yards. He has 3 seconds. And he gets it off. And his receiver was knocked off his feet. He finds Saldi.
Always that guy.
Saldi is going to go in. Would you believe this?
No, I don't.
1 second on the 30-second clock. And his key receiver knocked to the ground for Danny White. He finds Saldi. Saldi crosses the field. Touchdown. We've seen everything tonight.
And look at Butch Johnson. He and Saldi, as I told you, are best friends. Each complains to the other. We're not getting playing time. And each proving himself tonight.
Obviously, this was not intended to go to Jay Saldi. Good pressure right here on the outside by Jones. Just looks back, and here's Saldi. Now, this is a good run. Saldi picks his blockers real well, goes to the outside. The guys responded to that, came back, made some good blocks. Is he happy?
Septien, his leg, getting a workout here in the 3rd quarter. Cowboys bring up their 21st unanswered point by San Diego, and there's still 2:37 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Dallas 35, the Chargers 24. We'll be back. Saldi scores from 12 yards out, but the 12 yards does not tell the story. He must have covered 35 or 40.
It was not a planned play. Wild game.
Really is a wild game.
Unbelievable turn of events here.
59 points.
The Cowboys had 20 plays already here in the 3rd quarter. 10 first downs, 3 touchdowns. You were with us last week. Pittsburgh, Oakland, 79 points scored in that one. We have 59 up on the scoreboard already. 2:37 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Septien. Little kickoff for Dallas. Chuck Muncie standing near the goal line for San Diego. Goes. This will be Mike Fuller. The flag goes down as Fuller falls forward to the 22-yard line. And from the gesticulation of one of the Chargers, it would appear that it's going to go against San Diego.
Flip. They can't get themselves arrested.
They sure have a tough time getting untracked here in the second half.
Coryell doesn't believe all this. And he remembers the last sequence of downs.
Personal foul, blocking below the waist on the return, number 57 on the receiving team. First down.
And, of course, one of the new rules put in a couple of years ago, an attempt to cut down on the injuries that take place on the special teams. San Diego, 1st and 10, their own 12-yard line. Fouts. Fires. No, incomplete, out of bounds. Charlie Joyner.
What a great catch.
Oh, wasn't it?
Oh, what a beautiful catch.
They just can't get a single break. It's incredible.
Look at the man catch the ball. This is one of those quick. He's got him playing up close. Aaron Mitchell's right there. And, you know, is that pretty good defensive coverage? It's not bad. One-handed. Look at that. Look at the concentration.
You know, he's been doing that for 12 years.
In, the other foot out.
That's a nice. Oh.
Got 10 against the Giants last week for 171 yards. His best day in 12 years. 2nd down, 10. The ball at the 12. Fouts. Oh, and almost picked off. Steve Wilson, who picked off one earlier, says, I could have had 6.
Now, that was a terrible throw. Dan Fouts and the Chargers, judging by this play, are now feeling snake bit.
Well, he had some time to throw it. You see
and
a little
he had
bit of
men free.
I think, you know, he's got 2 receivers awfully close together, and he threw right in the middle of them to hit Wilson. Wilson, I said, he couldn't believe that the ball came that directly to him.
Notice this time they didn't waste time with the running play. Last time they had the fumble on the 2nd consecutive running play.
Dallas quickly moves into their pass prevent defense. Fouts on third down and hangs it up for Jefferson. Yes, he catches the ball and goes out of bounds for a first down at the 35-yard line. Had Fouts led him, it would have been 6.
Man alive. How in the world did he get that? I didn't see him make it.
He ran a square out and then he knew he was covered.
Went up.
And he turned it up and Fouts read it quickly, got the ball to him.
Well, he got it right before Randy White hit him, and you're right, he hurt himself on that play.
Boy, that's some catch.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, had the ball been well thrown, it was touchdown.
First down inside the 36-yard line of the Chargers. Draw play, Muncie. Harvey Martin corrals it at the line of scrimmage, and they sprawl forward for a gain of about a yard. It'll be second down and 9. And again, Harvey Martin has not been heard from too much tonight. Credit Billy Shields, number 66, the offensive left tackle.
Not a stupid call, Frank. You don't have to panic. You got 1:50 left of the third quarter. You got all the fourth quarter. You've got the great striking ability, and Muncie on a delayed draw like that can pick off 15, 20, 30 yards for you. It's not a stupid call. It didn't work.
Second down 9. And quickly, Fouts dumps it off to Muncie. And Muncie leaves the ball. Take a lead.
Again,
By Clinkscale. Dexter Clinkscale, the rookie from South Carolina State who works on the pass prevent defense, gets the football for Dallas at the 43-yard line.
Still don't like the way he holds the football. And this is the second critical fumble he's made as a member of the Chargers. The other one was on a kickoff reception against Oakland. Look at the way he's holding that ball.
They just reached right in, and that was Aaron Mitchell that stuck his hand in there and knocked the ball away. It really has been a crazy turn of events, hasn't it?
Oh, ball bounces in funny ways, and it's bounced another peculiar way. Dallas has great field position. John Jefferson, whom a few moments ago you saw make a spectacular catch, sprawled forward, fell on his left elbow. He's being treated on the sidelines. We'll try and get further information, but he obviously was in some sort of pain. Receivers have a thing called a synovial sac. Well, we all have one, but sometimes you can rupture very easily with that kind of a fall. On first and 10, inside handoff, Newsome gets out over the 45 for a gain of 3. It'll be second down and 7. Fred Dean defensively there for the Chargers.
On that last Muncie fumble, Don, he seemed to be trying to transfer the ball from his left hand to his right hand at the very moment Mitchell hit him.
That's what it appeared to me, too. And Mitchell just had his hand in the right place, knocked it loose.
There's Jefferson again on the sidelines, obviously in pain. Cowboys, 21 unanswered points here in the third quarter. Second down 7. Jones turns it inside, runs into a crowd. It's about a yard of it. It'll be third down and 5.
Dallas is facing a frustrated, angry team right now. Bruised elbow on Jefferson, we're told.
And now the special units, and Cowboys have one for just about every situation.
Well, they do, don't they?
They truck out 3 wide receivers.
What they do is they drop the ball, let it bounce. It takes a bounce either to Donovan, Rafferty, or Saldi, and it works. It's a new style offense.
And Clinkscale, don't forget him.
Third and 5, an important defensive play for the Chargers. White settles into the shotgun. And the Chargers rise to the occasion. Fred Dean is there. And Leroy Jones sacked all the way back to the 40-yard line. It'll be fourth down, and Dallas will have to punt.
Good defensive coverage in the secondary. Didn't have anybody open. Danny tried to move up, moved up tentatively, and
told you they're facing a frustrated, angry team now.
And the final second ticks off the scoreboard clock, and that is the end of the third quarter. Chargers trailing the Cowboys now 35-24. We'll be back with the fourth quarter in a moment. Mike Fuller has settled in for the Chargers, back close to his 15-yard line, awaiting the punt of Danny White as we begin action here in the fourth quarter. Keep in mind, the Cowboys were trailing 24-14 at halftime. They now lead 35-24. Danny White to punt. And Danny hits a beauty. puts it out of bounds. Well, did he? It did it.
I think it's
bounded right along the sidelines. It looked like it was going out about the 5-yard line.
It would have been the last straw if it went out at the 1. It almost looked like it'd go out there.
I think they're still trying to decide if it did.
I thought it did go out of bounds, but now they take it out to the 20. 58-yard punt. Al Stringer, defensive back.
He says, man.
Oh, we need the fife and drums.
He's had enough.
Tough day at the office.
San Diego down 35-24. John Jefferson back in the lineup, split out to the right. Fouts going to Winslow. Winslow catches it.
I don't believe it.
And then he fumbles it.
Of course.
And there's a scramble, and Dennis Thurman has it.
I don't believe this game. You're all watching it. How can you?
Winslow with a spectacular catch, fighting with Aaron Mitchell for the football. He dropped it. And Dennis Thurman out-wrestled Charlie Joyner and came up with it.
You talk about frustration. It was a brilliant throw. There you see Winslow with the kind of deep threat speed Frank referred to earlier in the game. And then the fumble. San Diego was poised, ready with the quick strike again, right back in the ball game, but no.
Aaron Mitchell calls another fumble, and that's Dennis Thurman who picked that ball up and took it back again. I can't believe it.
There's Dennis Thurman. He replaced a great all-pro, Cliff Harris, who retired. Dallas completely reshuffling that secondary, and Dennis Thurman comes up with the fumble. And San Diego must be wondering what can happen next.
And they said, boy, that get me back close to La Jolla.
On 1st and 10, Timmy Newsome, right side, gets out to the 35-yard line. Gain of 6, it'll be 2nd down and 4. And let's take a look at the third quarter stats.
You'll see from these stats how completely, look at the way they've turned Dallas's way. Time of possession, the most critically revealing element here. Dallas totally dominant in the third quarter, 21 unanswered points. And after this last play,
I wonder how many turnovers they're going to call that. That's several turnovers there.
Wild offensive show. Fouts has gone over 300 yards for the 4th time this season, but his team is down by 11 points. 2nd and 4. Jones, big opening 1st down, and a flag goes down also.
Hit right on the back of a couple of those linemen up there, and Jones seems to be hurt.
Jones, I think, is probably has cramps in his calves. I mean, you usually see a ball player do that. Stretch his toes up, trying to get rid of them.
that gain is negated, of course. The ball taken way back.
Holding call against the Cowboys.
What's been a good move by Jones, though, that again, that quick acceleration. We haven't seen these guys play that much. No one has. They haven't been around very long.
Well, there's a fella walking the Dallas Cowboys sideline who's the guy responsible for finding these people. And Dallas didn't even have a first-round draft choice this year.
Quite an organization. You're speaking, I know, of Gil Brandt. Let's go to Tex Schramm, who's been here from the very beginning, as has Tom Landry. They didn't have a winning season until their 7th year. They have not had a losing one since. 2nd and 15. Springs on a one-man screen. Springs back close to the original line of scrimmage, where it'll be 3rd down and 10.
Oh, you gotta like that kid.
Really impressed with Springs, Jones, and this Newsome. Yeah, Newhouse has not played much this year because Springs has been that fullback.
Well, right there, you're looking at 61, a young man named Cooper out of Temple University. He's 4th-year man, and now he grades out as high as any man in that offensive line.
3rd down, 10. Preston Pearson in. White 210 yards on the night. Fouts 342. Fouts a lot of time. Drew Pearson wide open, and he one-hops it incomplete. The Cowboys will punt.
That's like the line.
Danny White.
Frank, that was like the line drive to Jim Leonard of the Houston Astros that he trapped.
Well, not exactly, but it was reminiscent of something similar.
4th down coming up. Danny White settles back for the punt. Mike Fuller drops for San Diego.
I meant Jeff Leonard, not Jim. Quick correction.
Wild night here in Dallas. White decides not to run this one. And puts it out at the 33-yard line, taken there by Mike Fuller.
Here we go again, Giff. 13:27 left.
And San Diego will have good field position at their own 33-yard line. We'll be right back in Dallas in a moment. Don't go away, because if anyone can do it, this man can. Dan Fouts, who has been a little erratic. But you cannot question the great pass he threw to Kellen Winslow a while ago that would have put them right back into this ball game that, of course, was fumbled. 1st and 10. San Diego has the ball, their own 33-yard line. Fouts knuckles one. Boy, B.D. Lewis was picking up Charlie Joyner, and Fouts is slow getting up.
Too tall was there.
I thought that ball was deflected.
I think it was. I think Ed Jones came in from his defensive end position. Fouts had a good quick drop looking away, but there's Jones.
Sure it was.
Jones is like a large condominium coming in on the quarterback.
What floor?
6'9", 260. 2nd and 10. Jefferson in motion.
Good.
Muncy.
Good.
Muncy gets around the corner, gets to midfield. 1st down, San Diego. Taken out of bounds by Dennis Thurman, who's giving away about 60 pounds when he takes on Muncy.
Intelligent call.
That was really set up well. He had good interference out in front of him and made a good cut to the outside. Had a lot of running room out there. Denver, I'm crazy about you too.
They don't spell very well.
I don't either.
Out to the right goes Jefferson. Muncy in motion. And the white hats of the officials were thrown because forced out of bounds was Charlie Joyner. He cannot come back on the field of play. And Dan Fouts is saying, hey, they can't do that to my man. Fouts is complaining they hit Joyner after he had gone more than 5 yards downfield. 2nd and 10. Ron Smith, number 84, checks in for the San Diego Chargers. He was acquired from the Rams just after the season began. Mike Thomas also in there on what could be termed a sure pass situation for San Diego. Fouts going for Ron Smith. And Ron Smith and Dennis Thurman both went up incomplete.
I tell you, that's one of those that you've seen a lot of times where Thurman thinks he's got an interception, and that receiver makes a little bit better effort and catches the ball.
What's this?
Could have been another touchdown.
I tell you, it was another remarkable throw.
Thurman's sitting there waiting for the interception. Smith almost cut right in front of him and picked it off.
3rd down 10. 13:06 remaining in this game. Dennis Thurman, 5'11", 170-pounder. The unenviable position of replacing Cliff Harris, the all-pro free safety who retired this year for Dallas. Fouts, Jefferson, 1st down, 33-yard line of the Cowboys, and a flag goes down. There was a late hit.
Jefferson ran a pretty route, didn't he, Frank? Coming in there to the inside, the ball was right on the money.
He makes that cut, and he is just parallel with the ground.
Yeah, sometimes, Don, they do it so well, you wonder why they don't do it on every down. They make it look so simple.
Ooh, they're backing the Chargers up.
They sure are.
I don't believe it.
Personal foul, and there was again an offensive face mask that was indicated by our official tonight, Dick Jorgensen.
Number 67, offense, personal foul, 5-yard face mask, defense, penalties all set, still 3rd down.
Well, now Dick cleared it up for us. There was a holding against Ed White, and there was a face mask call against Dallas, offsetting penalties. Down remains the same, 3rd and 10, ball at midfield.
That's the 4th penalty on Ed White. San Diego must be ready to go to the cleaners.
Fouts, a lot of time, and he overthrows and is picked off. Benny Barnes. And Barnes bristles his way to the 45-yard line.
Fouts gave up, made the tackle, made a shot at it.
5th turnover now for San Diego.
That one was not a good throw. That one went over. Benny Barnes, you may remember, right before our opening game against Washington, was hospitalized that night for an appendectomy. He's just coming back. He said, if anything, it might have been a blessing in disguise because my foot's been able to rest. He's had feet problem down here, had those operated. That one was right in his hands.
This one Fouts would like to have back. He tried to force that. Good coverage.
You see Fouts make the tackle. That's a pretty good effort by that quarterback out there.
Dallas has the ball near the 45-yard line of San Diego. And they might start to work on the clock. Pearson in motion. Nope, White will put it up, and he will actually be put on the ground by Leroy Jones, who read it all. 5th sack of the night. NCAA college football coming your way this Saturday, beginning live at 12 o'clock Eastern Time. It'll feature South Carolina, Georgia, which will be either a national or a regional telecast. And see two of the premier running backs in college football, George Rogers of South Carolina and Herschel Walker, the phenomenal freshman from Georgia.
Herschel's on his way to a 1,000-yard season. Tremendous player. Rogers is cutting the mold of Earl Campbell, Heisman Trophy candidate.
That one, of course, followed by more regional games. Here's James Jones turning the corner, and Jones falls forward.
He looks good.
Picking up a Dallas first down inside the 45-yard line. Willie Buchanan made the stop defensively for the San Diego Chargers.
The Georgia team under Vince Dooley is one of the 6 remaining undefeated teams in NCAA football after, well, Texas was there this past week.
You get that in again, didn't you, about SMU over Texas?
Just thought I'd mention it.
Young quarterback named McElhenney.
I said that was first down. Actually, with the loss, it was 3rd down and 9. White.
He caught
somehow or other. Drew Pearson comes up with it at the 31-yard line.
That had interception written on it from up this point of view. But you got Butch Johnson on the bottom of your screen. Drew Pearson going to the outside.
Got to give this Dallas team, this whole organization, a great deal of credit. They could have folded, as you look at that picture of Drew Pearson. They could have folded after the first half. They came out loaded for the second half. They have played brilliantly. They've been opportunistic. They've gotten breaks, yes, but they've capitalized.
Pearson's first catch of the night, oddly enough. 1st and 10 Dallas. Pearson in motion. White bludges back to the left. And to isolate a receiver. Throws it to Billy Joe DuPree, in and out of the end zone.
Danny said, what do I do, man? I've got too much trouble back here. He didn't want to wait that long to throw the ball.
Got to remember 2 key plays in this game by Danny White. 4th down punting situations. Danny running for the first down.
So many of those, as you say, key situations in a game like this, and a lot of them have been mistakes. You don't like to see it. That punt that you're referring to, I like that. I think that's really, at that stage of the game, with the distance he had to go, I think it was a good call.
John Cappelletti looking on from the San Diego Charger bench. Came to the Chargers this past year from the Rams, of course. 2nd down 10. Draw play, Newhouse. And Bobby Newhouse powers to the 15-yard line. And the crowd loves this man.
You bet they do.
He's given his body over 9 years. Always dependable, always there.
There he goes off. That's terrific. Little draw play. Fake pass, little opening to the inside, and here comes Bobby.
They wouldn't go down.
No, sir. Ran right into Mike Fuller, 42. Kept going. Picked him up for first down.
Looked like Nottingham.
I knew you were going to get that in.
1st and 10. Jones. Hit by Bob Horn. Gets down close to the 10-yard line. A gain of about 4. It'll be 2nd down and 6. And if you're wondering about this game going a little late for you in the Eastern time zone, or for that matter, any of you anywhere, these two quarterbacks, well, White has thrown the ball 29 times tonight. Fouts has thrown it 35 times. And, of course, the clock is stopped with each incompletion or receiver stepping out of bounds. And, of course, we've had a veritable plethora of penalties.
I love it.
That's going back to the 2nd year.
Oh, well, you can use it.
That's right.
Statute of limitations has not run out. 2nd and 6. A whole bunch of fancy plays end up with Tony Hill in the football and a gain of a couple. Danny White to James Jones to Tony Hill. Gain of a couple, and we're going to pause 5 seconds and let our stations along the line identify themselves.
KIVI, Nampa, Boise, Caldwell.
Texas Stadium, and we have seen the fireworks tonight. Some of the strange happenings that we have seen in 10 years of covering ABC's Monday, Thursday, and Sunday night football. 3rd down, 4. Ball resting at the 9-yard line. Still 9:49 remaining to be played. DuPree, and how he held on, bouncing off Mike Fuller, I'll never know.
Now that's the size that there's no substitute for that size and strength. Billy Joe DuPree. He had some time to throw this ball too.
Boy, he put it in there.
Yep, he drilled it right in the old numbers.
What you have to remember is San Diego led this game at halftime 24-14.
And almost led it 31.
That's correct.
Rafael Septien.
This will make it 28 unanswered points in the 2nd half for the Cowboys. Remarkable.
Septien through the uprights. And the Cowboys roll on 42-24 over the Chargers. We'll be back with more.
That is unreal.
That was none of the fight.
I have never seen that one before. That is a real one, isn't it?
Say, they get into Little League early down here. Septien will kick off. Chuck Muncie is back.
That's pretty good, Frank.
Muncie at the 2-yard line.
That's our guy.
Bobbles it, stays in there.
I'm telling you.
Muncie dropped one against the Oakland Raiders a couple of weeks ago. The Raiders got on top of it for 6 points.
I'll tell you, this defeat, and that's what it's now clearly going to be, has to be devastating for the Chargers. A great football team. Somehow, they're 18 points behind, and they can't quite recollect how it happened. There has been such a weird flow of events, and they must begin to doubt themselves.
Chuck Muncie behind Big Ed White. Still on his feet, moving down the sidelines, finally taken out of bounds, out at the 32-yard line, picking up the 1st down and doing so.
Frank, they must begin to doubt themselves, because add this loss to the one they suffered at the hands of a resurgent Oakland team. What was it, 38-24?
They were thrashed there, there's no question.
And Dallas has done this without Tony Dorsett, and in the process discovered Jimmy Jones and Timmy Newsome.
Winslow, the big tight end in motion. Fouts. Ed Jones sacks Fouts at the 20-yard line. A lot of time, he just couldn't find the receiver, and then he could not see over Big Ed Jones.
Larry Cole was the guy that really forced him in the direction of Ed Jones. He was trying to get away from Larry Cole, and all of a sudden there was Ed Jones, the guy that really set it up. You'll see right here is watch Randy White, number 54. They're doing a crisscross in there. Randy knocks out that guy. Here comes Larry Cole to make him jump, and there's Big Ed Jones on the other side. They had some help from everybody there that time.
Jefferson is on the bench for the Chargers. He is still having that elbow worked on. There was a loss of 11 with 2nd down 21. Picked off. Johnson with his second interception of the night. Steps out of bounds at the 27-yard line.
That ball was deflected, wasn't it, Don?
I don't know. It's hard to tell. It was
deflected.
certainly not very well thrown.
Third interception of Dan Fouts tonight.
Total breakdown.
Well, you know, they live, as they say, you live by the pass, you're going to go away by the pass. Let's see if it was. I didn't see that it was deflected, but it certainly could have been. No, it seems to be a fairly good ball. I just think he just underthrew it a little bit. And there was Steve Wilson. And very wisely says, I've done my job here. Out of bounds.
Ball at the 27-yard line of the Chargers. And turning back to the inside is Robert Newhouse. And Robert Newhouse is taken there at the line of scrimmage. Moves forward for a couple of yards. It'll be second down and 8. Lyndon King was there first, rather Charlie DeJournay.
Don Coryell has said something has gone wrong. What in the world has happened?
Well, we've had, let's see, we've got now 66
That's the answer
points.
right there.
Look at those turnovers.
6 turnovers
for San Diego, which is a good part of the answer, but not all of it in the case of this game.
Not really, because San Diego really hasn't established a good offensive drive against Dallas.
Second and 8. Jones is piled up, getting down to the 22-yard line for a gain of a couple. It'll be third down and 4. Bob Horn on the stop, and there is the elbow we spoke of. And
he's still
John
in
Jefferson
pain.
really was been in pain.
He still is.
He was a hometown boy here from Dallas. Had a lot of family and friends out here at the ball game tonight.
You go Roosevelt High School.
Yep. No longer is a Roosevelt High School. And in the days of Bobby Hayes, that was John's guy. He wanted to be like Bobby Hayes. Transistor radio there.
Got a good local rock station on.
Yeah, that's it.
Third and 4 out of the shotgun. And I believe the Cowboys might have used a little too much time. Leroy Jones was going to make sure the White stayed there. Having a word with Daddy White. Well, this is when it gets kind of fun, and you also get a little cocky about this time. You're sitting up there leading 42-24.
Yeah, I don't think Denny would have thrown that ball at Jones in the first quarter. No.
Jones might have shoved it down his throat.
I don't think he'd have done that then. Denny's had a good night. He's 20 for 30 for 233 yards, 3 TDs.
San Diego's been embarrassed. Their tempers are frayed.
Yep.
Penalty delay of game. The ball is now at the 27-yard line of the Chargers. 7:27 remaining in the game. Once again in the shotgun. Teams have only met once before. That was several years ago. White. And I think that pass was actually not intended for Preston Pearson, but rather Drew Pearson, and Preston Pearson got into the pattern.
Could have been. That was deflected by Woodrow Lowe.
Well,
Septien on for the field goal.
San Diego has no one to blame but itself. All the turnovers, all the mistakes.
Yeah, but they happened in a strange way. Winslow dropping the ball after a great catch. 45-yard attempt for Septien. Needs legs. Short, hitting the crossbar. So Septien misses from 45 yards out. San Diego will have the football. They'll have it at their own 27-yard line when we come back. Texas Stadium has been a lot of fun for the Cowboys here in the second half. They've rolled for 28 points. Unanswered points, I might add. San Diego has the ball. First and 10. Down 42-24. Fouts immediately to the air. Well, it was close to a trap.
Really was, and even that pass was deflected, Frank.
And they'll bring it back incomplete.
Yep.
An indication of the time of the game it is. Everybody's getting a little bit tired. You guys got a good game lined up tomorrow in Shea Stadium. That's going to be a good one. What do you think?
This one's ever
Well,
over.
I think Miami has now become an interesting team with young Woodley at quarterback, and they're in an interesting position because of the Bills' upset of the Pats today. And watching what's happened in the second half here tonight, you can't tell about this league anymore.
Second down, 10.
I don't know what that was. Did his arm get hit again? Had to be. If it was.
Well, Charlie Waters was standing right in front of his intended receiver. If it could have been, he just decided to put it in the ground.
That's Bruce Thornton, number 77. Some kind of some fresh legs that they've got in there rushing that passer. These guys have been doing this all night long. How many passes has Fouts thrown? 30-something or close to 40 passes?
38.
38. There you go. 38 attempts.
Get some fresh people in there for the Cowboys. Thornton, number 77, came up last year as an 8th-round draft pick. He was a surprise, turned into a super pass rusher while Ed Jones was trying to make a boxing career for himself. 3rd and 10. Fouts hangs one up. Has a man open.
Intercepted. I cannot believe that.
Oh, and picked off by Dennis Thurman.
Is that wild? What a heck of a punt, though. You can't get a guy to punt that far. But Dallas does have the ball.
4th interception of Fouts tonight.
This is the tail end of it. He had gotten a little bit behind Charlie Waters. That's John Floyd. Tips the ball right in his hands, and that's what that Dennis Thurman is supposed to do from that free safety. He says, I'm going to cover deep. Balls.
Couldn't work the tip drill any better.
That reminds me of the Pete Rose catch, you see. Out of the catcher's mitt into the other. And there we've got it.
It's unbelievable. This game is crazy.
And there's 6:57 remaining on the clock.
At this point,